For today's watch review, we're going to be talking about a fairly brand new watch from the G-Shock line. This is the GBD-100-1. There are two other versions of this watch, but the only thing that changes is the coloration. So for this specific one, it's got the black case with the red accents. Before we get into the review, as always, let's do a quick wrist check. I am rocking my Bertucci A-2 SEL. It's a fantastic watch. I have not done a review yet, so make sure to subscribe so you can stay up to date as soon as I publish it. Going back to the G-Shock, let's start off with our first talking point, which is a 360 view followed by dimensions. Let's go ahead and show you what it looks like, what the case spec looks like, and all that good stuff. So there's the front, and here's the side. It is all plastic as far as the buttons go, so that was a little disappointing, but overall it's a very solid package. Very good looking watch too. And then here are the dimensions, and you can see off of the numbers that this is a very reasonably sized watch. I do very much like how large this watch is. So for that reason, for dimensions, I give it a score of 5 out of 5. There's really nothing I would change here. Next talking point is price. So off of several retail stores, I've seen the average go for $150. I myself got it for $127, but I think I just got a really good deal on it. More than likely you're going to be spending $150 before taxes. But I still think that's a very reasonable price, especially for a brand new G-Shock in their collection. So I give the score on price a 5 out of 5. Okay, next talking point is functions and features, which there are many. So I'm not going to go too in depth with it, or else this video would last 30 minutes. This is just going to be a very brief summary. Starting off, let's go ahead and show you all the things that you can set and adjust. So here's your adjust button right here. If we hold that, it takes us to our setting menu. So here we can adjust home time, manually time adjust, world time, alarm, profile. So your profile is your like height, weight, and all that stuff, your birthday, whether you want a beep, how long you want your light to last, vibration. So this does have vibration for your text message notifications and all that stuff. Pairing, this is your Bluetooth pairing, so you know you just bought this watch and you need it to pair to your phone. Airplane mode, phone finder. This is a cool feature, so you can turn this on and then it'll try and find where your phone is and then turn on your phone ringtone, so your phone will start ringing so you can find it more easily. Unit, are you metric or imperial? Reset all, and rig, I don't even know what that is. What is that? Okay, that's your, I guess like your serial number and all that stuff. Alright, and then going back to the watch itself, now there are 4 different displays that you can set. This one is your most basic display, showing you your calendar data, time, day of the week, and your seconds. If you hit the adjust button right there, you can shift it to daily activity logs. So here, if you can see, you've got 0% up to 100%. This is a target goal that you would set on your phone application, and you can't set it on the watch itself. You have to download the app. But this is basically where you say, these are how many steps that I want to walk per day, and then those steps are counted or displayed right here. And then each day, so starting from Monday all the way to the next Sunday, it'll tell you how much percentage did you meet for your target goal. I think that's a real cool tool to stay accountable on your activity. And then your next display style is your monthly tracker, and that's the same exact thing as daily, but it doesn't track each individual day. It'll just track the week of how close you met your goal. And then the last style display is dual time. So right now I've got New York time zone up here and then LAX down here. I think this is real cool too. It gives you a lot of useful information in different ways to show you that information. And then that's it for your different styles of displays. Let's go over the different menus. So here's your mode button down here. You hit that and you've got timer, stopwatch, your activity log. So if you do a run or you go for a jog and you decide to save that activity, it'll get saved in this function. And I forget how many different activities you can log. I'll put that on the screen once I look through the manual. But I want to say it's like 20 different activities. And then here's your notification menu. So this is where you can view text messages or your phone log and all that stuff. Now, first and foremost, this is a fitness watch. So going back to your timer menu, here you can see that it says workout. It doesn't say timer. Now, if you look up here at the highlighted bar, each bar indicates a different workout. So this is set to kind of be used to track interval training. And how you would do this is you would hit adjust, and this is to set your intervals. Now here, let's zoom in here, you can see that it says repeat 1 to 20. So you can have your intervals repeat over or up to 20 times. So for the sake of just showing you how this is done, we're going to say only go through the intervals once. And then here you would select which interval you want to adjust. So I've already got 1, 2, and 3 set. So let's set 4, and then you would hit there to select that. And then now I can adjust how many minutes I want workout 4 to last, and then how many seconds, and then save and exit. And then you would repeat those steps for however many different, you would just repeat it over and over again until you set each interval. So this is a really useful tool. So that way, it does require a little bit of legwork. You got to spend 2 to 3 minutes setting it all the times. But once you set it, you can just set it and forget it. You hit start, and then the timer will start counting down. And then once it's done with workout 1, it'll go to workout 2. So for example, you're going to, I'll do jumping jacks for 10 minutes. And then I don't have to worry about stopping. The watch will tell me when to go to my next workout. So very useful for those of you that are into fitness, into working out, into interval training. And then for the stopwatch, it's pretty self-explanatory. You hit that to start the stopwatch. The only thing I don't like is that it doesn't show milliseconds. Not a big deal, but just something you need to get used to. And that's really about it as far as the superficial functions and features. I will have on the screen for you a list of everything else that I might not have covered. For the functions and features, I think they're great. They operate just flawlessly, and the user interface is very intuitive. It's very easy to figure out without the manual. I will say the only thing that's disappointing is that there's some things that you cannot access unless you have the application downloaded on your phone, such as setting your target goals. So like I showed you the daily target tracker for your steps and all that stuff. You have to set those on your phone. Not a big deal, but to me, I would have preferred to have been able to have the option to do everything just on the watch. I don't like to have to rely on other outside entities to be able to use everything on my watch. Again, not a big deal, just something that it kind of irks me personally a little bit. So for that reason, I give functions and features a score of 4 out of 5. If I was able to do everything on the watch alone, then it would definitely gotten a 5 out of 5. All right, next talking point is illumination. So let's go ahead and show you what this watch looks like in a dark room. And as you can see, the glow is very pleasant, not too bright, just right. And let's go ahead and see what it looks like in a well-lit room. So there you go. It is a very functional backlight. So for illumination, I give it a score of 5 out of 5. All right, next talking point is visibility. This does have the negative display, but it's fantastic. What you're seeing right now through the camera is exactly what I see it a little bit better. It is sharper and clearer to my naked eye than probably what you're seeing on the camera, which is still fantastic. So I've got no complaints there. If you're worried about Casio's negative display, because I completely understand their negative displays are normally horrendous, this is not the case. 5 out of 5 for visibility. Next talking point is button or crown quality. Like I said before, I was a little disappointed with the plastic hardware. I mean, everything operates fine. I don't know if you can see. Let's see if I can show you this. But the buttons here, the buttons are a little flimsy. I'm trying to focus here, but here, there, you can probably see that there. But they, they kind of move. They shift just a little bit, ever so slightly. Not a big deal. It doesn't hinder the operation of the watch at all. But to me, I'm just, I'm kind of nitpicky or OCD about that. So for that reason, I will give button and crown quality a 3 out of 5. Next talking point is band quality and comfort. So let's go ahead and take this moment to show you what it looks like on the wrist. I would say that band quality and comfort, the quality is great. It is a little bit thinner than I'm used to on G-Shocks. It's kind of hard to explain the thinness just through the camera screen, but it feels flimsier than your standard resin band. I guess they're trying to make it lighter and easier to breathe, or easier for your skin to breathe when you're working out and sweating. So I can't really fault them on that, but just keep in mind that what you're used to with G-Shock resin bands, this isn't the same. It's thinner, flimsier. It just kind of feels cheaper. But overall quality is great. Again, because it's not as sturdy as your standard G-Shock resin band, I'm going to take away 1 point. So for band quality and comfort, I give it a 4 out of 5. Alright, last talking point is my overall thoughts. So taking all the scores and averaging them out, we get a total score of 4.4 out of 5. I think that's pretty accurate. This is a great watch. It's very versatile and very functional, especially for you workout fanatics and people who have active lifestyles. It's a great way to keep track of everything. Plus, it's a much more budget-friendly version than its large or bigger brother, which I think is the GBD-100. That is significantly more expensive, so I think this is a great option for those of you that want a fitness watch without having to fork over several $100s. For me personally, I could take it or leave it. I can get the same exact functions off of my phone, so the fact that this can't be used as a standalone fitness tool, there are a lot of things on it that have to be accessed through the phone, so then it's like, well, what's the purpose of it then? I can just download a GPS fitness application and use it that way. But there's still a lot of great things about it, and I don't think you'll be disappointed if you purchase one. I guess one of the biggest negatives is it doesn't have the solar functionality, but even then, it still has a 2-year battery, and that's being conservative. In my experience, G-Shocks last much longer than what they're rated for. I've got watches that are supposed to last for 5 years, but they're, it's 8 years and still going. So I'm sure that as long as you're not constantly hitting the light button or constantly connected to Bluetooth, then yeah, sure, it'll last, much longer than 2 years. So those are my thoughts on the GBD-100. I am overall very pleased with it, and I do recommend it for you if you're in the market for looking, or you're looking for a new watch to buy. Plus, it does look very good. Very clean. I do like, it's kind of like a baby Rangeman. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it helps you with your next watch purchase. Thank you for watching, and tune in for my next review. Alright, bye.